Well, hi, boys and girls. I'm trying something extremely new for me. YouTube channel. Miss DeMello has a YouTube channel. It's under my first and last name, so Allison DeMello. And I'm going to use this channel to hopefully continue on with our read along that we were doing. The read aloud, I guess, the one and only Ivan. So I'm going to read a couple chapters from there now, and then hopefully we can have some discussions about that at a later date. So it's been a while since we've read from here, and if you remember where we left off, I believe that Ivan and Bob and them were sensing that maybe a new visitor was coming. Stella had thought that it would be an elephant because she could hear the baby elephant crying for its mom. Do you remember that? So, my TV is off, so while we wait for the new neighbor, I ask Stella to tell us a story. Stella rubs her right foot against the wall. Her foot is swollen again, an ugly deep red. If you're not feeling well, Stella, I say, you could take a nap and tell us the story later. I'm fine, she says, and she carefully lifts and shifts her weight. Tell us the Jambo story, I say. It's a favorite of mine, but I don't think Bob has ever heard it. Because she remembers everything, Stella knows many stories. I like colorful tales with black beginnings and stormy middles and cloudless blue sky endings, but any story will do. I'm not in a position to be picky. Once upon a time, Stella begins, there was a human boy. He was visiting a gorilla family at a place called a zoo. What's a zoo? Bob asks. He's a street smart dog, but there's not much he hasn't seen. A good zoo, Stella says, is a large domain, a wild cage, a safe place to be. It has room to roam and humans who don't hurt. She pauses, considering her words. A good zoo is how humans make amends. And I remember we talked about amends, and that was kind of making a wrong become a right again. Stella moves a bit, groaning softly. The boy stood on a wall, she continues, watching, pointing, but he lost his balance and fell into the wild cage. Humans are clumsy, I interrupt. If only they would knuckle walk, they wouldn't topple so often. Stella nods. A good point, Ivan. In any case, the boy lay in a motionless heap while the humans gasped and cried. The silverback, whose name was Jambo, examined the boy, as he was dusty while his troop watched from a safe distance. Jambo stroked the child gently. He smelled the boy's pain, and then he stood watch. When the boy awoke, his humans cried out, Stay still! Don't move! Because they were certain, humans are always certain about things, that Jambo would crush the boy's life from him. The boy moaned. The crowd waited, hushed, expecting the worst. Jambo led his troop away. Men came down on ropes and whisked the child to waiting arms. Was the boy all right? Bob asked. He wasn't hurt, Stella says, although I wouldn't be surprised if his parents hugged him many times that night, in between their scoldings. I want you to think what a scolding means. Bob, who had been chewing his tail, pausing, tilting his head, asked, Is that a true story? I always tell the truth, Stella replies, although I sometimes confuse the facts. I'm going to leave it there.